And this is a way for the owners to have an end game. Joe, can you share with us, divulging any confidences, what results you've been able to obtain in some of these projects for the owners?
I will, and I want to share a story too. We did our first one in North Carolina about 6 years ago, and I still remember talking to the board, and I had talked earlier about how personal they take their role, and I'm sitting at a Denny's in Ohio. I went up to see the board member, and they're crying. Literally, they're crying in a Denny's because they've been bringing their kids there for 35 years, and they raised them there, and you know, in an ideal world, that's what timeshare is all about, and you know, so that from that foundation then, but we've talked to equally or probably more people who said, man, I thought, what a blessing to be able to, because we've all seen the guy on TV, right, in the tie, and timeshare's the dumbest thing you ever did, and you should have never bought it, and if you just pay me to get out of it. So when they hear, we're not going to bill you, if somebody calls and says they're Joe or Dana or Sydney, it's not us if they ask for money. And at the end of the day, you're probably going to get a check. They're just tickled. So New Hampshire, the last two that we finished, they got a check for $8,334. So that's after paying back all the debt to get there, paying the attorneys, paying the search, paying our fee, paying the local broker, etc. $8,334.
And those are people who bought when?
Most of them 20, 30 years ago, 35 years ago.
So whatever they paid probably wasn't $8,000.
Or some of them did in that range.
And they got 30 years of vacation, and
correct.
That's it on back. And those are part of the real estate market has been very good lately, which has helped.
Flattened a little bit in the last 6 months, but yes, it's been very good.
That's a great result for the owners.
Correct. And one in California, the last one we did, small units, 572 square feet, they got just under 4,000 an owner. So again, net. So I had one guy call me from the New Hampshire project, and he was laughing. And because they get to know us, we do webinars, and we have one next Monday that we got about 300 people on it. So they get to see my face, right? So they feel like they get to know us and talk to us. And he called me, and he's laughing after he got his check. I said, John, what's going on? He said, Joe, I told my wife you would never get to the end of this project. You wouldn't finish it, but I loved it since you weren't going to bill me anymore. And then we got a check, and he said, we're just through.
Well, that's a good way to close. That's Joe Takacs. He makes them cry and he makes them laugh. Joe, we've finished. We've got 11 seconds left. So
we do. So the over-under in Vegas, we're going to win a lot of money.
So thank you very much, and thank you all for listening.